Looking at the UFC's 155-pound rankings, we have Khabib Nurmagomedov as the current champion, soon to be former. Dustin Poirier is coming in position 1 after his KO victory over Conor McGregor. Justin Gaethje drops from position 1 down to position 2. Charles Oliveira retains his position at 3. Michael Chandler is now the 4th-ranked fighter in the 155-pound division after his KO victory over Dan Hooker. Tony Ferguson retains his position at 5. However, Conor McGregor drops from 4 down to 6 after his KO loss to Dustin Poirier. Rafael dos Anjos retains his position at 7. Dan Hooker drops from 6 down to 8 after his KO loss to Michael Chandler. Paul Felder drops from 8 down to 9, and Diego Ferreira retains his position at 10. One of the most exciting fights we could hope to see in the year 2021 would be between Justin the Highlight Reel Gaethje and the notorious Conor McGregor. Conor sits with a 50-50 record of his past 6 fights, going 1-1 with Nate Diaz, a win over Eddie Alvarez to capture the 155 belt, a loss to the Eagle, a win over Cerrone, and his most recent loss to Dustin the Diamond Poirier. Justin has been the more active fighter of the two since joining the UFC. He sits with a 5-8 record, winning 62.5% of his matches, and has received a Fight of the Night bonus in almost every venture inside the octagon. This would be an excellent fight for both fighters since they are both coming off a loss, and both have suffered a loss from the on-crown champion Dustin Poirier. A win for either fighter would help put them back into title contention. Another great fight we could hope to see in the year 2021 would be between Dan the Hangman Hooker and Tony El Cucuy Ferguson. These two fighters are both coming off consecutive losses, losing 2 in a row. Tony Ferguson, once being thought of as the kryptonite to Khabib and being one of the most highly regarded fighters in the 155-pound division, at one point having a 12-fight win streak. This would be an exciting matchup for Dan Hooker. They are both very talented fighters, and this would make for a sure Fight of the Night candidate. This could possibly turn out to be a UFC Fight Night main event, or a co-main event on an upcoming pay-per-view. Look for the UFC to reschedule the matchup between Rafael dos Anjos and Islam Makhachev. This will be a very exciting matchup. The UFC will schedule this as a UFC Fight Night main event, with Rafael dos Anjos' aspirations to recapture the 155-pound championship, and with Islam Makhachev looking to replicate the championship run of his new head coach with a very similar style to Khabib. This will be a close competitive match, with Rafael looking to avenge his past loss to Khabib by beating his disciple and ending the hype. One of the biggest matchups to be made in the 155-pound division comes between Charles Oliveira and Michael Chandler, with both fighters being new to the top 10 of the division and most likely needing one more big win to secure a title shot. This, folks, would be one hell of a fight. Charles Oliveira coming in at number 2 on the all-time fight bonus list and coming off a win over the legend Tony Ferguson, and with Michael Chandler making his long-awaited UFC debut with a win over Dan Hooker. This would be a dogfight. With both fighters being well-rounded, it could go either way. If this fight does come to fruition, get your popcorn ready and fasten your seatbelts, folks, because you're in for one hell of a ride. The biggest fight for the 155-pound division, and possibly the biggest pay-per-view of 2021, could be between Dustin the Diamond Poirier and Nate Diaz for the vacant 155-pound championship. Both fighters were scheduled to fight each other in the past, however the fight fell through due to failed negotiations between the UFC and the two fighters. During Dustin's UFC 257 post-fight press conference, he had mentioned his desire to fight Diaz, and it wasn't long after Diaz took to Twitter stating, "I am training to fight you." Now is the perfect time to reschedule this fight, with Nate Diaz being one of the UFC's largest draws and Dustin Poirier's newfound stardom with his knockout victory over Conor McGregor. Both fighters being extremely well-rounded and proven to be extremely durable would make for one hell of a fight.